Good morning, hello again, and welcome to part 3 of Let's Make a Sassy Funky Folio. You got Sunny here with Creative Therapy, and we are working on one of the creative design team projects for Country Craft Creations. Whew! I got all that out this morning and haven't even had my tea yet. And I'm not even having tea. What's that about? Oh my goodness, it must be Sunday, because look, there's cappuccino. Okay, I'm tickled to death. There's like a whole pot in there, y'all. I mean, you know, espresso pot, you know, whatever. Okay, so I've just been matting a little bit, and I'm by no means through, but I stopped because I wanted to show you a couple of the things I decided to do along the way that weren't just basic matting. Alright, so what I did was I took that cutout that I wanted for my front cover, obviously, and I put it on some of the yellow cardstock. There we go. And I put it at an angle over here on my right side of the cover, and then since I don't have the picture of the person I want to put in here yet, or, you know, I'm not making this for me, I think whoever the domestic superstar is, their picture should go here. The mom of the family should go on the cover, because this is definitely like a mom book, right? The paper line, it's a mom thing. So anyway, I just went ahead and put this up under. There is a magnet in between the cardstock and this cutout. And so I went into this front pocket and put a magnet, where is it? Right there. Right there it is. And I'm going to put a piece of pattern paper in there to cover over it. So that's what I've done for the front. And I'm probably going to add a little bit more foo-foo. We need something here in this upper corner, maybe something in the lower corner. But it's not done. I just wanted to show you that I have put that on there. And then we go in. As you can see, I haven't even mat there. I've mat in the hidden spots kind of so far, because where the big spots were that I wanted to do layouts, I wanted to put my favorite papers, so I put them down first. So that's all I've done on this side, except that I decided that magnet was way too strong that was sitting right here, and I also moved that inside, but way over here to the front cover, because I'm already going to put a paper here to hide that one that's way down there. So I went ahead and put it over here. I need more layers in between, because that sucker is just so strong. I'm still having to pry it apart. So we are going to have a layer here, probably a layer here, and a layer here. I'm hoping that'll make it a little less ridiculous. I mean, that thing just really sticks. All right, now over here I've done a little bit more. When you open this up, all right, this, again, just a basic mat. Those were my two favorite papers, so I wanted to get them down first. And here I've mat, okay, and I did put one little strip. They have these tiny little strips that I went ahead and cut apart when I did my cut apart. So there's these tiny little verbiage strips that I'll probably be putting here and there as tuck spots, so that, I don't know, this one may go there unless I find a better one. Anyway, what I did that is more of a structural thing is when you lift this one up, I decided to put a side pocket here. Okay. Of course, I wouldn't put that tag there because that just clashed really bad, didn't it? Alright, side pocket, and when you open this up, there's a side pocket on the other side here. Okay, now, to make these pockets, all you need to do is cut a strip that is, let's see, is that right? Yeah, it was 2 1/4, because this is 1 3/4. Yeah, yeah. All right. So 1 3/4. It was 2 1/4 by 10, and then we scored 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch on 3 sides, and that's the exact same dimensions for this one. So 2 1/4 by 10 to add in those pockets if you would like to. You know, by all means don't have to. But I decided to go ahead and mat this page the same as this so that it'll kind of sort of look like one page here, you know, with just a flap. So I am going to continue on with my matting. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you. Goodness. All right. When you go to mat the ones that have our little recessed area, you know, where we cut our little dip in for the pocket, when you go to cut your pattern paper for those pages, you're going to have to do just a teeny bit of math. Here's why. If you notice, the smallest measurement we have is 1 inch, okay? And since we cut these when the flap part, you know, the adhesion part, that extra 1/2 inch was sticking out, we cut these at 1.5 inches. You get rid of that 1/2, and that means this right here is 1 inch. So to mat it and leave a border, I wanted to go to 3/4. Well, there's no 3/4. So here's what I did to remedy that, and there's probably a much easier way that did not come to my little brain, but this is what I did. Since I wanted 3/4 of an inch and the smallest they had was 1 inch, I decided I needed to cut my paper an extra 1/4 inch on each end, and then go ahead and punch it at 1 inch, and then go in and cut off a 1/4 inch from each side. Now that's a waste of a 1/2 inch of paper, but I just figured it would be more accurate and more correct than anything I could try and, you know, eyeball it at, somehow eyeballing this at 3/4, whatever. So, since this page is 9 inches long, we would typically mat that at 8 3/4. But I wanted to add a 1/4 inch on each end, which is a total of a 1/2 inch. So instead of 8 3/4, I cut it 9 1/4. All right. So anywhere you want to do these little whoop-de-doos on your mat, on your envelope punch board, I want you to add a 1/2 inch to the length you want, and then go in and cut a 1/4 inch off at each end. The other option is to not even mat that little portion. You could have mat that straight, which I do not think would look bad. But if you want to mat those little areas at a 1/2 inch, punch it 1 inch on each end, and then cut a 1/4 off of each end. Okay? And remember, when you go to mat these pages, that they're only 6 7/8, so you're going to want your mats at 6 5/8. All right, 6 5/8 this way. Now over here on this side, you're going to do a full 7, which would be 6 3/4 for your pattern paper. All right, I hope that has not confused you even further. I think it'll make sense when you're cutting your mats. And today I am going to try and just go ahead and mat the rest of this. If I come across any more construction things, any changes that I make, I will pop back in and let you know about those as I go, because I do tend to forget things. I'm thinking for a closure here, I may want to do the 2 little, I don't know if I want to use brads or the little round pieces of paper, but then using the baker's twine to do one of the figure 8 closures here. I think I have enough magnets. I'm trying to get away with not adding any more magnets. The one place I may change my mind is here, but I may put a swing tag there. So that's where we're at. Hopefully this will be the last video for this project, well, other than like just a walkthrough, a flip through at the end, so people can decide whether or not they even want to watch the tutorial, right? Because who would want to sit through 3 videos of tutorial just to get to the finished product to see if you wanted to make it? So I think that's it for now. I may not get this whole thing matte because I do have to go give a class today. We are going to build yet another one of the Naked Minis. This is going to be my, I think this is my 4th class on the Naked Mini. No, 3rd class. 3rd class on the Naked Mini. So we're going to build another one of these today. And then tomorrow I have a class to go in and add all the flips and the folds and the, you know, the little pockets, the little extras. That's why this one isn't decorated, because we're going to be adding more stuff to it. So fun. See, I did one to show them what it's going to look like, and then I'll do the other one with them in class. That kind of thing. So, since I have to give class in a couple hours, I don't know how much I'll get done. But I will give it a shot, give it a shot, give it a shot. And I'll be back. And magically, it'll have fancy paper on there next time, hopefully. But for now, it's cappuccino time, y'all. Ciao for now. Bye-bye. Okay, y'all. I said by the time y'all saw me again, this was going to be matted, but I'm afraid I have lied to you. Since I have to mat these that have the cutouts, I thought I would go ahead and try and demo what I was trying to explain to you. I feel like my explanations can be a little confusing if you can't get a visual on it sometimes. So, here's what we're going to do. This pocket is what I'm going to mat first, okay? And it measures 7 wide by 5 high, okay? So we would normally mat at 6 3/4, all right? But I need to trim off extra, so I'm going to add a 1/2 inch to that, and so instead of 6 3/4, I'm cutting 7 1/4. This way, I'm going to leave it the same, all right? So since it's 5 inches, I'm going to cut a mat 4 3/4. So here's our mat. It's 4 3/4 high, which is what we wanted, but it's a 1/2 inch over, right? All right, this way is where you need to add your 1/2 inch. If you're matting up here, it's this way, okay? It's the direction, it's the width of the cutout, it's that edge. I don't know how to say that correctly. See, this is why I'm doing a demo, because I cannot explain things right sometimes. All right. So, I've cut my mat, got my punch board, and instead of doing 1.5 inches like we did before, because we don't have those little extras, we're going to cut this at 1 inch. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to do it at 1 inch again. Alright, but now we need to lose part of our mat. Look at that, I got little fuzzies. Hate it when that happens. Okay, move that out of the way. So now I need to cut 1/4 inch on each end. Instead of trying to measure a tiny little 1/4 inch, I know that the whole thing is 7 1/4, right? So if I take 1/4 off, that takes it down to 7. So there's my 1/4. And then if I take the other 1/4 off, it takes it to 6 3/4. So there's my other 1/4. All right? And we still have to cut out the center of our piece here, just like we did before. And I'm trying to find my ruler. Excuse my arms in front of the camera. It always gets hidden under my papers. There it is. All right. So, all right. That goes there. That goes there. Cut it out. Cut it out. Alright, now, if I didn't screw up, this should fit. And oh, by the way, thought I would let you know, I have been inking all of my papers with Tim Holtz Distress Ink and Antique Linen. I use Distress Inks all the time, and I just didn't want a real heavily aged or distressed look, but I cannot stand a raw cut. I just think it makes it look so I don't know, it just sits on top of the paper. To me, it looks very undone. So I am just inking, since this is supposed to be a little retro, I figured the papers would have yellowed just a little bit. And that's why I have gone with the antique linen as opposed to, say, the vintage photo, which is a little more brown. I considered the tea dyed, but it's just a little too pink. So I went with vintage photo. I'm sorry, I went with antique linen. I swear, woo, my mouth and my brain cannot work at the same time. It is one or t'other, y'all. Okay, that's where that's gonna sit. And it looks like I cut a little bit less off of this end than this end, but you know what? I can live with that today. So that's all I wanted to share with you. And now maybe when I come back, it really will be matted. And I will do my other two pockets over here. I'll probably put a little bit on the back side. I don't know. So what papers are y'all going to use to make this? Do you love the Slightly Sassy as much as I do? Are you going to try and make one like mine? Or are you going to go with a different paper? Comment below for me, would ya? Let me know what's up. Or, if you don't want to make one, tell me why. Tell me why you didn't like it enough to make it. Maybe I'll do better for you next time if you let me know if you don't like something about my my projects or my videos or whatever. But be gentle with me, okay? Y'all know I'm new, so you can tell me the truth, but try not to be too ugly about it. Alright, there's that one. And I think the next one is gonna be, what color? What color? I'm thinking maybe that one. And then I'm thinking maybe green on the yellow. I don't know, something like that. I'll play with it. We'll figure it out. I always figure it out. But maybe not correctly, but I figure it out. Alright, I'll be back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Sunny with Creative Therapy, and I'm here to show the final matting and embellishing of my Slightly Sassy Folio for Country Craft Creations design team. So, everything I've used to embellish was either in the cut-aparts or the sticker sheet. I went ahead and picked up the sticker sheet because, you know, I just don't always have very good ideas of my own, so I needed the inspiration. So you can see I've used just about everything on the sticker sheet. This is the Photo Play Slightly Sassy Element Stickers. The name of the line is Think to Remember, and that's the papers that we used. So, on the front, I've just basically taken some stickers and put them here. I had a couple of little metal flowers in my stash. I think I picked them up at Tuesday morning or something. And I did put on some little corner protectors because even though this is on cardstock, these points were getting bent. So I needed a little something. And then again, here's another sticker on the bottom that just says, "Darling." She's on the phone, you know, "Darling." Okay, whatever. Okay, and of course left the blank mat with a little open edge there so we can put our picture of our domestic superstar right on the cover. Like I said, the embellishments, except for these little metal pieces right here, are almost entirely the cutouts and the stickers. The other little thing I did add was a couple of brads right here to do a little twisty closure thingy there. I did not put a mat in there, but now I see I probably need to put just a little strip of pattern paper along that inside edge. I was gonna put a little mat in there, but it'd be a really odd size, so I decided to just leave that little envelope for, I don't know, recipes, loose pictures, receipts, ticket stubs, I don't know, mementos, whatever the recipient, who I don't even know who that is yet. I don't know if I'm putting this on my Etsy shop. I don't know. I just got it made. I'll figure out the rest later. All right, so inside left cover, all right, I just matted the outside of each of my pockets, and I showed you how to do that cutout for the pattern paper in video 2. All right, each one has a little photo mat that measures 6.5 by 4.5, and I've done kind of a reverse matting here. I made the main thing out of the pattern paper, and then I matted it with cardstock. Don't ask me why. I just thought it looked cute that way, especially sticking in the pocket like that. I don't know. And then I mat the back side. Okay, can you see that right there? Okay. And then I put a little strip in between that I believe is 1 1/4 or 1 3/4. Yeah, 1 3/4 by 6 3/4. Added a little, now most of my stickers I put onto cardstock and then fussy cut around, trying to leave a little border, but I'm not very good at that, and my border doesn't usually stay very uniform, but I tried to do it anyway. And then just matted the back for photos, and then mat here. All right, so lots of room for photos here. Not a lot of embellishing here because this is a folio, and let me tell you, there's already a ton of paper in this puppy, so I went light on my embellishments. All right, we open this up, and on this page I just have another one of the stickers on cardstock glued down on about half of it. Over here I've used one of the little cutout sayings and just tacked it down on both ends so I can make a tuck spot. This is just a sticker and it's stuck down. This is a sticker that's stuck down, and that's a sticker that's stuck down. Super, super basic. Another sticker on cardstock to create a tuck spot. You'll be able to journal here, or you can journal here, and then you can have your photo here. You can either do landscape or you can do portrait. Either way is going to fit on these nice big pages. People can do what they want. They can add stickers. They can do whatever around their photos once they get them in. I also added a photo mat, a great big one, and it's only matte on one side. Okay, again, just room to go crazy. This album is kind of for the person that, you know, or this folio I should say, is for the person that does scrapbook a little, because it's got lots of places for them to use their creativity as opposed to you getting it all put in and then they just have room for a picture. All right, over on this side, I added the domestic goddess sticker here because how appropriate. It looks almost like she's snapping, you know. Anyway, another sticker here on the cardstock, just a little tuck spot. Again, you've got room for your photo, either a 4x4 or whatever you want to do there. Down here, another sticker on cardstock and another cutout. This is very basic. Folio, folio, folio. All right, inside, I'm dragging stuff with me here, sorry. Inside here, we've matted our page. Just put the little saying across the corner and just stuck in the cutout. Over here we've got another sticker on cardstock glued halfway down. It's cute. It's very basic. It's not a fancy schmancy album by any means, but it's just cute, and that's what this paper said to me. The paper's just very cute and casual, so that's the kind of folio I tried to make. And here I have put that sticker on cardstock, but then I cut it real close to make kind of a belly band. I was going to glue the whole thing down and just leave picture, but I decided, you never know. Put a little thing underneath there. All right, this, and then it falls out. Oh, that's that one falling out. Sorry. All right, so we open up here, and since this is a nice big long thin one, I use that really cute sticker up here because it takes up a lot of room. It's pro tip number 463, keep cake moist by eating it in one sitting. And I just use that for a tuck spot. And then of course there's room for a picture here. All right, down here on our little pocket, I was going to put a mat here, but I didn't want it to stick out and ruin my, effect of this being a page. So I just put this in here, and I figured they could put loose pictures in there. So we open it up. I did go ahead, since, this one was bigger and I could get a good size mat in there without it showing when the page is closed. Went ahead and put a mat in there. And I think this one's like 5 by 8, 5 1/4, 8 1/4. I was using leftover cardstock, so I just cut according to what I had left. I'm telling you, a ton of paper. There was 4 12 by 12 in the green, 4 12 by 12 in the orangey peach color, and 3 12 by 12 of the yellow, and 3 of the blue. Quite a bit. All right, another sticker here on cardstock used as a tuck spot. And my phone's ringing. Sorry about that if you can hear it, but I'm going to have to call them back when I'm done filming. So, this is a little flappy do. I love this sticker of the cat clock, and since we have the clocks back there, I thought it should go here. So, again, sticker, cardstock, cut it out, tuck spot, put a little cute little cut apart there. And on the back side, used one of the little sayings, slightly sassy, cut it out, glued either corner, there it is. Alright, and of course, you can change yours up however you want. You can make mats for here, you can do tags. I really wouldn't get too elaborate if you're doing a folio because they're made to be kind of thin. They're not big and heavy and sturdy like a chipboard cover mini album. They're just more of a casual, everyday kind of picture, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And then we do have another real good size mat in there. Lots of room for pictures and journaling and stuff. So there is our sassy / funky folio. And I'm messing it up as I'm trying to close it up. There we go. That's it. It's got a little magnetic closure in there. I showed you that in the second video. The back is plain. We've got our snazzy, I love that. I'm sorry, I love the duct tape. I just think the duct tape's hilarious and cute. But this is a whimsical paper. Right? It's not made to be elegant. It's just a cute, everyday, family life, frustration of mother kind of paper, in my opinion. So that's what I did with it. I really hope y'all like it. I appreciate you coming and watching the videos. And as always, please, if you are inspired to create something, please share it with us. I think I should put a link in the description to my Facebook page of the same name, Creative Therapy. So you've got Creative Therapy on Facebook and you've got Creative Therapy on YouTube. I really encourage you to do your own thing. If you want to make it just like mine, make it just like mine. If you want to make it totally different, make it totally different. Or if you want to do something in between, awesome. Whichever direction you go, please share with everyone because what you do may inspire someone more than what I've done. And that's really the whole deal. This really is therapy. If I didn't make books, I'd be a bigger mess than I am, let me just tell you, because it saves your butt. It just gives you a purpose some days. It gives you a reason to be. And you're never lonely, you're never bored if you're making stuff. And it's productive, and it helps others. And I love, love, love it. And I'll quit preaching. I'm climbing right down off my soapbox. But thanks so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you're so inclined. Please subscribe to the channel and pass everything around to anyone that needs a little inspiration or little creative therapy today. All right, ciao for now.